Welcome to Experience Oldsmar, a podcast created by and for those who love this special place. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli, broadcasting from the top of Tampa Bay in beautiful downtown Oldsmar. With the 2021 hurricane season now here, it seems appropriate we would invite Oldsmar resident Mike Boylan to join us today. You may know him from Mike's weather page and the winter 2020 resident spotlight in the Experience Oldsmar magazine, which featured his French bulldogs Hunter and Louie on the cover. Mike is a Florida native. Growing up in Pinellas County, he attended Curlew Creek Elementary, Palm Harbor Middle School, and Eastlake High School. He graduated in 1996 with a marketing degree from the University of South Florida, Go Bulls. During that time, Mike took an interest in the internet and website design. Being a weather fan his entire life and experiencing the memorable 2004 active hurricane season, he decided to create a website that would make it easier to track the tropics. SpaghettiModels.com was born. After joining Facebook in 2009, his audience has expanded globally and now reaches over 1 million followers. His website clocks in millions each year and is accredited by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, National Weather Service, FEMA, and Pinellas County Emergency Operations. Additional endorsements include the Hurricane Hunters, the Weather Channel, various government officials, and local meteorologists. Most importantly, Mike is proud to call Oldsmar his home. Welcome, Mike.
Well, thank you for that.
No problem.
We love Oldsmar.
Aw.
I'm proud to be a native. There's very few of us.
Yeah.
Very few. Yeah, it's a beautiful town, and hurricanes, unfortunately, are a big part of our life.
Yes,
and,
they are.
We are in a tough spot. Well, one day we'll be hopefully not dealing with a major hurricane, but we need to be ready, be prepared.
Need to be ready. Oh, also joining us is Mike's beloved French dog and faithful companion, Hurricane Hunter. Hey, Hunter.
He was named on our show. I let the fans name him.
Nice.
They came up with Hunter. And since then, the real hurricane hunters actually know about him. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe we'll get him to fly on Miss Piggy.
Infamous. Oh, wow. That's a treat.
Yeah, they called their one plane out of Lakeland Miss Piggy. So,
nice.
So I got Hunter going on Miss Piggy one day. That'll be the ultimate.
That'll be a nice Facebook Live. Well, I'm excited to let our audience know that you will be our featured speaker for Oldsmar's upcoming hurricane-expo, which will be held on Tuesday, July 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Tico Hall at the Oldsmar Public Library. So, Mike, what will you be sharing with the attendees at the expo?
Well, I'm very excited, and I thank Oldsmar a lot for this opportunity.
Oh, a pleasure.
I've done a lot of Great American Teach-Ins, done some insurance seminars for adjusters, so I have a really cool presentation I'm proud to show.
Nice.
And I'll be focusing a lot on surge, since we're in the waters all around us. We'll be talking a lot about how hurricanes form and what kind of things that make hurricanes brew. Talk a lot about spaghetti models, and that seems to be the fascination with everybody's spaghetti models, and talk about different models and kind of just what we do on the page.
Yeah.
And hopefully educate people a lot with what's going on. But there's evacuation zones are huge, especially with Oldsmar. They're always changing those zones. So we're going to go over a little bit with how you recognize where you live, your zones that you live in, and what that means if you are ordered to evacuate, and why. Most importantly, why. Like why you need to evacuate.
There's an importance behind that.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll be going a lot of that. And with Oldsmar, we have flood zone and storm surge to definitely worry about, and we saw that most recently with Tropical Storm Ada.
Yeah.
A lot of homes were flooded unexpectedly from a minimal tropical storm.
Yes.
And it was 60 miles offshore, so it kind of gave us a little taste of what could happen. Unfortunately, a little teaser. We had a tropical storm that was 60 miles off the coast, and we saw the effects here in Oldsmar from surge coming up the bay.
From just that.
Just the bay. And I'll be sharing a lot of models and maps. These are the ones that hit home the most.
Wow.
These are called slosh maps. They're put out by NOAA. And they give you the worst case scenario. These are only category 3, like say on the one on the top.
The one on top's Cat 3.
Cat 3, which pretty much...
Oldsmar's underwater.
Yeah, Oldsmar and Pinellas is an island.
Oh, my gosh.
So our whole watershed with Tarpon Springs, the water flow would flow out through Lake Tarpon, and basically Pinellas County would be an island.
So that would be the water coming into the bay.
Into the bay. We had a tropical storm Debbie many years back that actually closed the bridges. I don't know if you remember, but we had Howard Franklin and Courtney Campbell were closed because of the same deal with storm surge.
Yep.
So that water comes in, it has nowhere to go.
Wow.
So we'll be showing a lot of that, and there's a lot of eye-opening facts will be given at
Presented.
the expo. Yeah.
But you got to go to the expo to hear it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saving the good stuff for that.
Yeah, thank you. So what type of panelists will be part of the discussion panel?
Well, insurance is huge.
Yeah.
And mitigation services are kind of hand in hand. Knowing what kind of insurance coverage you have, flood insurance, wind insurance. Just because you have flood insurance sometimes doesn't guarantee if you don't have a hurricane deductibles. Wind damages could be a lot different than flood damages. So there's a lot of these insurance adjusters are out there to give you the least amount of money, unfortunately. So you got to know your coverages and make sure you're covered correctly. And then you have the mitigation services that go in there and actually fight for you. There's a lot of claim companies out there that will give you a lot more money. The insurance company might only want to give you 3 or 4. Mitigation service will come in and maybe fight for 9 or 10 or 12.
Okay.
So it's really good to know insurance claims adjusters and what they can do for you. We got the city departments. You guys will be coming out, I assume, with sandbags.
In tow.
Information on sandbags.
Debris removal, proper thing, and
debris is a huge thing.
Yes.
And
just stack it and sort it a certain way.
Well, and sandbags are huge because just because you have sandbags, you don't know what to do with them all the time, how to transport them. And, I think you guys limit them too.
10 per address.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That's interesting. And then we got banking. We're going to talk a little bit about money, kind of like having an insurance or a hurricane kit, and how to have cash and why it's important to have cash. And so some of my fans even brought up having quarters for like laundry mats.
Oh, so you never think of that.
Yeah, stuff like that. So why it's important to have documents and what precautions to take on that kind of thing.
I'll have to write 25 cents down here. So
roll a quarter. Yeah, bring a roll of quarters because the laundromats won't take dollar bills.
Interesting. Good to know. Very good to know.
So that was an important little tidbit one of my fans.
So what other programs will be at the Hurricane Expo?
Well, we got Pinellas County Emergency Management.
Always a good one to have.
Yes, they are amazing, and their website's amazing. They have really knowledgeable staff. They'll be there answering questions. We have the hurricane preparedness guides, which we have one right here.
Oh, look at that. Hot off the press.
Yes. It is a lot of stuff. We have the zones where you live, hurricane plans. Those are huge to have.
Cool.
We have Alert Pinellas.
Oh, yes.
That's fairly new, right?
It's been out a while.
But, I mean, they're really amping up the hurricanes.
Yeah.
And,
Oldsmar used to be under Code Red, but now it's Alert Pinellas.
Okay.
And that's on our homepage, by the way, myoldsmar.com. So if you need to sign up for it, now you can.
Yes,
so.
that's huge.
Yeah.
We have storm surge projections. We're gonna have that cool life-size surge banner.
Storm surge banner?
Storm surge banner.
Oh, that's
so
scary.
You'll see what 30, 40, 50 foot looks like. And,
that's not pretty.
No. And if you look at some of these zone charts, and if you ever drove on Line Ball, there's one of those. I think it's 7 foot tall. Like we could have storm surge, and there's one at Forest Lakes Elementary that's right at the entrance by the fence. And I don't know if you've ever seen it there.
I have not.
So if you let me know that. Yeah, if any residents go to Forest Lakes Elementary, when you pull in the car circle line, there's a what if sign there. And I always had a picture of Emily underneath it, and it was like she was reaching up. Underwater in a worst case. So it gives you a perception. A couple miles from shore, we could be dealing with water.
Everywhere.
So that'll be good. And then, of course, we're going to have information on knowing your flood zone and flood projections.
Yeah.
FEMA sets the flood zones, which are a lot different than evacuation zones. So we'll be going a lot over the differences between the flood and evacuation zones.
Okay. Nice.
So that's good stuff. And then Oldsmar is going to be there. We're going to talk a lot about pets. It's very important with pets.
Yes, it is.
With how to handle with your pets, kids with special needs or adult with special needs. And I have a special need daughter, so there's definitely services out there that will help you evacuate, transport, and which are great. Then we're going to have CRS ratings for flood insurance discounts. That's great. I see that. We're also going to have a go bag ready for evacuation.
Yeah.
That'll be neat.
It'll be interesting to know what you need to have in that go bag and how much you need
per
person.
We had Red Cross come do a hurricane special at our house, and they brought me a evacuation bag. And the one thing that was in it that I had no idea was toilet paper.
Oh, you never think of that, do you?
No, they asked me. They said, "What was the most surprising thing that we gave you in your hurricane kit?" And that was toilet paper, and not for obvious reasons.
Yes.
So those kits are good to know, and it's very important to be prepared for the season.
Yes, it is.
And knowing all this great stuff we're going to be sharing. I'm really happy Oldsmar is putting this together.
Oh, we're excited to have you. It'll be, I think, a wonderful evening for everybody.
A lot of education.
Educational.
Yep. Living here, you need to know.
I know. So the visits to your website and Facebook page followers are just amazing numbers. So, by the way, thank you for putting Oldsmar on the map.
Yeah.
Here's a funny story.
Okay.
In St. Augustine, as I was telling you earlier, I walked into an art gallery, and this little old lady sitting over there in the corner, and she obviously asked, where are you guys from? And I said, oh, probably from some town you really aren't familiar with. It's in the Tampa Bay area. Where at? Oldsmar. Mike's weather page. Like, are you kidding me?
We can make it tourist attraction.
I love Mike.
That's great.
He loves Oldsmar. Like, yes, Oldsmar loves him too. So.
Yeah, I'm very.
Yeah. So obviously your Facebook page is called Mike's Weather Page.
Yes. Yeah. Real simple.
And do you broadcast live regularly?
Yeah, we do a show every day.
Okay.
Pretty much every day. It's called It's at 9:19 in the morning, which is a crazy story.
Yeah.
Because of the bus. I used to be 9 o'clock, and then when Emily got to middle school, the bus came at 9:02, so I had to move it to 9:05. Well, then the bus was always late, so I moved at 9:10, and now we're at 9:19.
9:19.
I needed that little buffer.
Oh yes, yeah.
So yeah, we're live in the mornings, and when there's a storm, I'm always live at night and the weekends. We just talk, and I share maps and all the different scenarios, and give the information out to let people decide. I'm not a hyper and fear mongler.
Yeah.
I think that's what people like is all the different scenarios.
Okay.
So
Got it. Someone's phone's ringing, so I don't know whose.
no,
Hopefully it's not mine.
it might
outside.
be our St. Augustine fan.
Yeah.
She just found out we're live.
How funny. So, what do you talk about during your segments or posts?
We do a thing called Romper Room. Everybody chimes in and basically welcome. Hey, I'm from St. Augustine, North Carolina. We get a little howdy doody session, and then we get right into the tropics.
Okay.
And, that's what everybody wants to talk about.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we get
Always a hot
really
topic.
hard, and so the NHC comes out with their graphics 4 times a day. So there's always something to talk about, and then I'll show all the models, all the scenarios, and then when we do get a storm, I'll go really in depth with rainfall predictions, surge predictions, timing, worst case scenarios, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, it was really big during Hurricane Michael. Little real quick story, but when Hurricane Michael was just a tropical storm down by the Yucatan, I was sharing all the models of basically a worst case scenario, and they weren't doing that yet up there, and so it ended up being right. Unfortunately, it was a Category 5 ultimately.
Yeah.
So people just like to know what could happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the fun is. And we're a good group. Most of them are pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, and on your website page, it contains just a huge amount of information and links. So, I like you just mentioned, when you get on, you kind of show visitors how to navigate and, start exploring on their own. So what's your favorite part of the website?
I added a cool audio feature this year. Do you remember the old NOAA voices? Like this is your 9 o'clock. It's the computer generated voice. I don't know if you ever listened to NOAA weather radio, like out of Ruskin. Probably not. Well, I got a little button that gives you the daily tropical update from NOAA, and you
cool.
can listen to it. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I hit play in bed because I don't have my contacts in, and I can listen to the tropical update.
Oh,
but
nice.
I got a Facebook feed, a Twitter feed with a lot of tweets that come from weather people that I trust.
Okay.
Which is a lot of good information. And a lot of the links have been shared to me from NOAA and NHC and others. So it's, it definitely has a lot of updated. It's your one-stop shop.
Cool.
Tropics. It's like it's eye candy. There's a lot of stuff to look at. But Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel says it's your one-stop shop. So
That's nice of him.
Yeah, that's what I tell everybody. It's your one-stop shop.
Nice. Cool. Lovely. Oh,
Oh boy!
it's the lightning round.
Look, he didn't even.
My
Touch.
favorite. I didn't know. Look at you. You're so strong, little guy.
Oh boy!
So, Mike, what was your favorite weather event to cover?
That would have been Ada. We just had Ada come through
Okay.
because we went down to the Keys.
Oh, that's right. I
And
forgot.
we we were in the middle of this thing, and we were in the eye wall, and the wind was sideways, and I'm streaming out there, and coconuts are flying.
Oh my God.
And then what made it fun was it chased us to Pinellas County. And I was the only one out there storm chasing. Everybody blew it off as an afternoon thunderstorm, and I'm like, oh, there's surge everywhere, and there's water rescues going on, and so that was I was the crazy guy that was chasing the storm. Everybody said I was nuts, and it turned out to be pretty significant.
Following you, yeah.
Well, yeah, it did follow us. So that was really surreal.
Wow.
Follow me home.
Yeah, no doubt. So RV accommodations or a hotel?
Oh, for what, evacuate?
No, just in general.
Oh, heck. Well, we have an RV. RV, 100%.
RV.
100%. 100%. I like my own bathroom.
Yeah.
In bed. So, yeah, 100%. That's why we got an RV, because we got tired of dirty hotels.
Oh, my.
And $150 a night hotels.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, not fun. So, and finally, Raymond or DJ Kitty?
Heck, Raymond, 100%.
Ah, good choice.
Not a big cat guy.
But he does do mean scratch.
Yeah, but I don't know, Raymond's the dude. He flips and
does a lot.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. And my kids grew up hugging Raymond.
Aw.
2 years old, they both got Raymond hugs.
Nice. Raymond's awesome. Yay. Well, thank you, Mike and Hunter, for being our guest on our podcast.
Yeah, we're excited about the expo. The expo's going to be huge for Oldsmar.
Yeah.
Very excited about all these panelists. It's going to be great. A lot of information.
Awesome. So be sure to follow and like the City of Oldsmar on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And to find our list of podcast segments, visit experienceoldsmar.com. Special thanks to our awesome engineer, Mark McGinley. I'm your host, Deb Vitrelli. Until next time, I invite you to check out all the great things you can do to truly experience Oldsmar.